What are some socially acceptable things that shouldn't be? Going to work sick somehow makes you a team player. Unpaid overtime. Saying a job is entry level but you need 6 years experience. The definition of a successful career being related to income rather than job satisfaction. Beauty pageants, especially ones with children. Older family members constantly asking and pressuring younger people to get married and have kids already. Personally, it's bringing a small child to an R-rated movie in theaters. If it's not appropriate, then don't go if you can't find a sitter. If I'm watching a horror flick or comedy flick with an R rating in theaters, I shouldn't be able to hear chattering and crying 5-year-olds. Only God can judge me. If you're a jerk, I'm judging. Company loyalty. It's completely fine and accepted for the employee to be loyal to the company. But it's also acceptable for the company to fire someone who's been loyal to them for years without even giving them an explanation. Wine mom culture, the idea that it's fun and quirky for a mom to need to drink excessively to deal with her kids and husband. No, it's not okay to drink a half a bottle of wine before noon. Touching pregnant women's baby bumps is apparently socially acceptable, it should not be. Taking pictures of strangers and uploading it on the internet. Really fucking rude and creepy. The entire concept of paparazzi. Asking people when they're going to have children. It's such an invasive question, and one that has many potentially awkward answers. Throwing cigarette butts on the ground. Teachers carefully measuring girls' skirts for dress code violations. Obviously, if you can see someone's underwear due to a skirt or low pants mishap, then you tell them off, but there's something very not right about scrutinizing a kid's legs like that to make sure a damn 11-year-old isn't too distracting. Demanding someone, especially kids, to stop crying right that second. It's a natural emotion, how the fuck are you supposed to help it? I got constantly told when I was little to immediately stop crying, and when I didn't stop, my mom would raise her hand and say, "I'll give you something to cry about." All that taught me was to hide my emotions and that I wasn't allowed to have feelings like everyone else. Edit, thanks for the awards, kind Redditors. Telling someone to smile. Thanks to this pandemic I don't feel forced to please people anymore. Telling people, "Oh, you're so quiet," when you are the one obviously uncomfortable with their quietness. Being asked to work off the clock. Checking work emails and texts at home is work and should be paid. Demanding everyone comply with your alternate reality. A dozen is not fucking 50. Looking at your phone while on a date, or out with friends at a restaurant. It makes me feel like I'm competing with their phone for their attention. Phone wins 95% of the time. Using your phone on speaker in a public setting. Like a bus or in a crowded room. Getting bullied in school because boys will be boys. That isn't a general quote, by the way, that is what my principal said to my dad when we all had a meeting because I was being bullied a lot. The sensation in the media and how little news the news actually delivers. Telling toddlers and children to give someone a hug or a kiss. No matter how old they are, it should be their choice. They should have autonomy over their body at all ages. The fact that life revolves around work. You work 8 hours a day, 5 times a week to do something you enjoy for a few hours per weekend. Pre-COVID, coughing in public without covering your mouth. I'm germophobic and never understood why this was socially acceptable. The tips system for food services. Just pay your damn employees, don't make us have the guilt of paying your employees so they can live. Barbara. Gender reveal parties. I think they're stupid, unnecessary, and a big ego boost for the people throwing it. I miss the old days where you can just ask someone what the gender of the baby is as opposed to having to wait for months for some unique way to pop pink or blue confetti. Commenting on pregnant women's bodies. Or anyone's body for that matter. Excusing bad behavior with things like, "Boys will be boys. Kids will be kids. They're just having fun," etc. People saying you can't be racist against a white person. Like the fuck? That's not equality. Before you downvote I'm black so you know. Not a white supremacist, just an idealist sad face. Women hitting a man, publicly or in private, and the guy getting in trouble for defending himself. It is abuse plain and simple. I am a woman, but in my opinion if you are big enough to give it then you're big enough to get it back. I don't throw hands often, but if it came to it, and it has in the past where I've lashed out at someone, I'd expect the guy to smack me back if I hit him. I might end up more pissed off, but I wouldn't press charges if it was provoked or in self-defense. Toxic relationships being promoted on social media. Making kids feel impolite if they don't want to hug, kiss someone. Teach your kids that they don't have to adjust boundaries to make other people feel more comfortable. Wearing way too much perfume. Openly commenting on a person's weight with an entitled attitude to tell them what they need to do with their body. I've been naturally and happily slender my entire life, however brought up in a culture where bigger is beautiful, and I've never once asked for anyone's advice or comments regarding my body. It would be nice for people to focus on themselves and have more educated conversations. Posting pictures of underage children on social media. And thank you, kind lady, for the award. It's the first for my Anon account. Edit for gratitude. Telling women they provoke men with their clothing. Like FCKU, my dresses have nothing to do with some men's inability to act civil. Wearing shoes inside the house. The 40-hour work week. Child pageants. Verbal abuse and bullying being considered just a joke, and the victims of it special snowflakes who get too easily offended. Asking people when they will get a boyfriend, girlfriend. Edit, thank you so much for the upvotes and award. Playing your stupid shitty music on a stupid shitty portable speaker in public. Ever heard of headphones? The worst are these idiots that take their stupid shitty little speaker out on a hiking trail, because they're so stupid they can't stand the sound of nature for 2 hours and also so selfish that they have to ruin it for everybody else. Spitting on the ground is gross and needs to go. Spending the majority of your life working just to get the bare minimum comforts. Telling a girl or a woman to cover up if male family members are coming over. Holding on a call upwards of an hour to speak to a company's representative.